Alright buds, episode 5 this week, and we'll be chatting to our very first guest, Darrel Smith of One-to-One Fitness based in Navan. We chat all things from diets to fitness regimes, things that work, things that don't work, and everything in between. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and share. Thanks everyone. Right, episode 4.
Episode 5, you mad man.
Big episode. Is it?
Episode
Alright,
5.
right, take one.
Yeah, cool.
Is it? Is it 5?
Should
5, yeah.
Right, episode 5, right, ready. Alright, bud.
Alright, bud.
Yeah, big news today. As you can see, we have our first guest,
Welcome, Daryl. Yo.
Darrel Smith, owner and operator of One-to-One Fitness in Navan. In Cavan anymore now?
Not on Cavan anymore, but I just want to say all right buds to you, eh?
Yeah,
I've
nice.
been wanting to say that all weekend, so you always say all right bud.
Say it to everyone.
All right, buds.
Alright,
Alright,
buds, yeah.
Alright, buds.
Yeah, savage, yeah, fair play to you.
In Navan, we aren't in Cavan anymore. A mate of mine, a trainer from One-to-One, took it over. So it made sense for me just to get out of there, you know, because I couldn't commit the time
Yeah.
commuting up and down. And if I can't fully put something into it, you know, there's no point, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring it on or anything. And Justin was ready to kind of move in there.
Happy
He was
days.
looking for his own spot, so it was like a no-brainer, you know.
Happy days, yeah.
So at least I can just focus here on Navan and kind of going forward what
Yeah.
we want to do in Navan.
Yeah, and your big plans for Navan as well. I guess starting out, like for this episode, first and foremost, thanks so much for
Thanks for coming.
No.
I think
thank
it's
you guys,
and
eh?
fair play to you being the first guest. Big accolade for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, big things happening. But yeah, I really appreciate you coming on, and I've been excited thinking about what we can get to talk to about, because I think there's so many aspects, and as you know, this is all about a journey for me and P, and a huge part of that is training and the support outside of training and stuff. So
Yeah.
I guess kicking off is just give us a bit about you and how you got into
Yeah,
fitness. and
like thanks for having me, guys. Like from the first week when I listened to your podcast, it was like, yeah, no, I want to be on this. So first off, like, no, it's awesome what you're doing. It's like obviously going to motivate a lot of people, you know, and coming from you guys, I think it means a lot more, because I can talk about, okay, let's lose some weight, let's do some fitness, but I don't know what it feels like to kind of have a couple of stones to lose, and that's no offense to you guys. You know? I don't know. Maybe at the most I've been probably up 1 stone more than what I am now, and that was kind of playing rugby and stuff. So I don't know what it kind of feels like to kind of commit to that and kind of get it all off, you know.
Yeah.
I can talk about it all fucking day. Sorry,
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're not good. We,
no,
of
someone
course.
said to me, just make sure you don't swear on it, you know. And I said, these guys swear on it.
Yeah, we fucking swear all the
All
time.
the time. Yeah, it's part.
Carol's be giving
Just
out.
can't say the C word, is that
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Carol
yeah, we'll get in
says she.
trouble.
Carol says she boxed the head
Can't
off
say
me.
Carol,
Oh,
no.
right.
Yeah, Carol, say that's C words already, but Carol says you mentioned that word again. I boxed the head off you.
But that can be said in different contexts.
You
when
can
it's
say it.
As
serious.
in a good C word.
Yeah,
like
the
a-
good
Yeah,
serious.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's seriously.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that's fair. The fact that you say that actually, a coin that kind of means something to me. The fact that you're like, well, I've never been your size, so
Yeah.
and for you to
That's-
acknowledge that is
yeah,
huge, because that's
acknowledge.
something me and you spoke about.
Yeah,
Pete, is that,
gosh, yeah.
like, you go into any fitness place across the country, you're gonna see people like you,
Yeah.
fucking the
Lean.
picture of health
Yeah.
and lean.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of me just say, well, like, what do you bleed now? Not
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not in
no,
terms of knowledge
100%.
though. Not in terms of
No,
knowledge. It's
100%.
like it's what you
Yeah.
touch on there. It's the struggle.
Yeah.
It's that getting up. Like and just for you don't may not know this, but when we're training, Daryl most time takes the class, but is also doing classes
Yeah.
himself. So I see you put in the work, like, and
Yeah.
you're
I
a
think
Trojan
leading
to
by- I
go.
think leading by example is important, you know. Like when I want you to do, say, 10 burpees, I should know how that feels to do it as well, you know, to gauge kind of difficulty. But then, of course, I don't know what it's like to kind of lose that weight, you know, and it's kind of the struggles that could be going with it as well. Say
Yeah.
the food addiction side of it. Not saying you guys are addicted to food or anything, but
Yeah,
Oh,
we are.
yeah.
you said it, said
If
it,
you
not
want
me.
to, if you want to find out what it's like for Stu to do a booby, I'll come down and get on the back of you. Then you know.
But that's why they're doing weighted ones with weighted vests. But
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand, and it makes it a lot tougher. And I can say,
Yeah.
hurry up, come on, do it. I got to kind of empathize. Is it empathy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that,
emphasize
yeah.
it 100%.
Yeah,
And
you
you
have-
have to, and I think you've
have
got to
to,
be able
yeah.
to gauge that with people as well. That you're not getting them to do crazy stuff that they're actually gonna not die, but you know that they're kind of feeling like they're going backwards.
The
Like-
first few weeks I thought I was gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
No one's
Um,
ever died, mate. So
no,
nah,
well,
pretty good.
So no, but that's and even like you were saying, you weigh a weighted belt, but then there's a fitness factor as well. Like you remember me in the first day I came in, I spent half the time on the back on the deck rolling out my back because I was in bits, you know.
Yeah.
It's
and that's the stuff that comes with, I guess, being overweight as well. You are carrying that weight that's going to put the pressure on those joints, you know, on your knees, on your lower back as well. But for me, it's people trying, you know, people getting in there doing what they can do. They're 100%. Everyone's got a different 100%, you know. So I mean, it's like I know when people try. I know when people push themselves. I know when people want to be there, you know. Yes. Some people, they come in, big face on them, and you just know they don't want to be there. Someone's forced them to go there.
Yeah.
Or they feel like, oh, shit, I have to do this.
Yeah.
You know, like you can find exercise that's for you, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be a class. It could be just going walking the dog. It could be going for a cycle, you know. You've got to find something that you enjoy doing. And I think for everybody, we can find that, you know. I enjoy the gym. I enjoy doing fitness. I enjoy pushing myself around people or by myself, you know. But I enjoy that kind of camaraderie about it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of team spirit. I don't care who's next to me. They're doing the exercise as much as what they can do. I'm not competing with them. And that's something I try to install in people who come to the gym, that you're there for yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
and I love that about the gym, actually, because it's something when I started, I was like, oh, Jesus, like people are going to be looking at me, you know, trying to get up and make that first move. But then you get in there, and it's like, the person next doesn't give a bollocks about
they
you.
they're just trying to survive themselves, you know, in that class, you know. They don't care what you're wearing, what you're doing, if you can do it or not. And that's something you got to know yourself. If you're going into a gym or a class environment for the first time, it's about you. No one's actually looking at you. And I know people think, oh, shit, they're staring at me. I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? You know, it's not like that. Once you get through that kind of mindset, you know, and switch it on that, oh, shit, I'm here for myself. Everyone's the same here. Everyone's trying to better themselves. No one's 100%. I'm learning all day. Every day I'm training with people stronger than me, fitter than me, and I don't mind that. It does push me on. Doesn't make me feel bad, you know. But I mean, that's when it comes to kind of structuring workouts for people, that you're doing it appropriately, and it's kind of, I guess, there's a method to the madness.
Yeah.
That it's just not crazy stuff. That it's kind of achievable.
Yes.
You know, that you can gauge
and pushing yourself.
Yeah, and that you're pushing. I think we do hard classes where we are. I think we do, but all the classes and sessions that we do cater for everybody, because you want to make it a bit easier. You take a longer break, and no one minds that. You want to lift a lighter weight, go ahead, you know. You're carrying this little injury, you work around that, you know. You modify that press up by going on the knees, you know. Don't do a squat jump, do a squat, and you're still working within your ability, and that's the most important part, you know.
It is. And as you said there about, when I think of even Thorsten, I was training with two lads far fitter than me, but the time we were leaving, we had all given it 100%. Now their 100%, as you said, completely different. We think of Bob, he's squatting 80 kilos or something. I was on 20, you know. But the effect and the impact is the same for everyone. And I think for anyone listening, I was thinking about this earlier, for anyone listening and listening to you, and we'll get a bit more into your story and how you got here, is that don't do what me and Pete did. Don't wait till you're fucking 40 and 20 odd stone. Get into somewhere now. It's all the better. And I think me and you have said it as well, like, we were experts. Like, we're experts, but look the fucking size of us. You know. Whereas I think you need to nearly just give in to it, and you don't know everything. You know how to be big. We know how to be big, but going to like professionals like yourself, and I spoke about this to you earlier, like what that class has given me is a new lease of life, and Carol's the same, my wife's the same, and it's I can't emphasise enough for people out there not starting and haven't done nothing. Get up and go and just.
It's never too late, you know.
Never.
It's never too late to switch it on and do exercise. And as I said, it's finding that exercise that you enjoy doing. I'm not saying, oh, come to the gym, do a class here that's the best. Nah, it could be any form of exercise, you know. Could be getting the steps in that you're doing, you know. And you're posting something last night, you're on the bike. How long were you on that bike?
Blast.
About 10 seconds after the video.
It was a second, but we stitched 30 together. I was about 30 seconds, and then you're out.
You're flying on that bike.
No, but fair play to you, because your clock went off, and I was like, right, it's game time.
Yeah, the countdown. That's what I was doing,
That was your exams and stuff, was it?
And then that was just all done, and then that was the countdown last
nothing
night.
in your way now, mate.
Nah, I made a little video on that last night. We did driving up to, you know.
Tell you, yeah. No, fair play to you.
Yeah.
But come here, I'm interested to see how did you actually get into the
Yeah,
fitness
of
game?
course, absolutely. I'm from New Zealand. From there, bred in New Zealand. I came over here probably about 17 years ago.
Right.
Went to Aussie for about 3 years, then came back. Mum and Dad were actually born here in Ireland,
All right.
so that's why I had an Irish passport through them. I had a brother, I still have a brother.
Jesus, I was about to say, I'm starting to hear that.
Okay, still here. Brother, sister, and another brother born over here. And then me and another brother were born in New Zealand when my parents kind of immigrated to New Zealand.
So you all have different accents. That's a mad
Yeah.
gaff. How are you, mate? And then your accent.
Mum and Dad full on Irish.
Are they, yeah?
Still full on. My brothers and that, they went over there about when they were 7 or so they got New Zealand accents now.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it was always kind of, I wasn't made fun of at school, but people were kind of taking the piss at my parents' accent, you know.
Yeah.
And I would always get angry.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I was like, oh, fucking smack you, eh? I'd be like, talking, I used to get mad. You're taking the piss at my parents. I'm going to hit you. You
Yeah.
know? But they're only doing it messy, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I should have known that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Jesus, fair
I
play.
came over here, and I guess I got into fitness then about 12 years ago.
Right.
So one-to-one fitness started that up. I started in the local gym in Navan, working for myself there. Started Beat the Bulge, which is kind of like our boot camp,
Yeah.
8-week block. And I think it works well because it gives structure, you know. So you sign up to it your Monday, Wednesday, Friday, either 10, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., you know, and you know that's your time to come in.
Yeah.
You pay for it. You pay the money. Don't waste your time. That's what I tell them. Don't
Yeah.
waste your money. Get in there
Yeah.
and make the most of it. Nutritionist Joanne Gribben from Life Force Nutrition. Like, I want to focus on the training people, you know,
Yeah.
that side of it. And then nutrition, that's her side of it, you know.
Yeah.
If there's any injuries to physical therapy, then we got another guy, Daryl, his side of it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than me trying to do it all,
Oh,
you know?
there were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather
Yeah.
specialize in a certain area and use kind of the professionals in the other areas to kind of make it work, you know. So you sign up 8-week block, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Some people do the food diaries. And I know you guys have said it, and I totally agree with it. The scales, it's in everything, and that's 100% true. Like measurements, how you feel in your clothes, you know, that's far more important. So I dropped a few,
Yeah.
say not dress sizes, we're not wearing dresses.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Not till tonight, yeah. Jean sizes and stuff, and that's far more important. But then I do say, if you've got a couple of stone to lose, I mean, we can shift it on the scales as well, you know, just
Yeah.
to make people accountable.
Yes.
And I found that way it works. I don't
Yeah.
want people scared of the scales. I don't want people pissed. You're about to say something, okay? You want
Oh, wait, how long?
to get those boxing gloves on now, man?
Oh, but actually, and on the Beat the Bulge, like, you're on your 50th.
50th,
so man.
That's 10 years of
Yeah.
it. We do 5 a year.
My God.
Of it, and it's just I was only meant to do one of them, and that's the funny thing. I was
Wow.
like,
Wow.
yeah, I could do one, see how it goes. Might do a second one. It's like shit, it's fucking 50, man. It's like
50?
10 years. Where'd that 10 years go?
Oh.
Jesus, when you think about the amount of people that was transformed
It's
in
a
that,
good
like,
couple of thousand, like,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
passed
my
through.
God.
Some of the classes, like in the peak seasons, you'll have 50, 40 in the classes, you know, each one of them. So there's a lot of people passing through. And kind of going back to the early days of it, I was like, weight loss, kind of focused on that because I was only new to it all as well. Kind of I'm learning myself, you know.
Yeah.
And I always said, why are these people not losing weight? And I'll be like scratching my head, come on, guys, like, what are you doing? And now it's like there's so many positives from exercise, and that's the important part of it.
oh, 100%.
Like some people come in just for their head, and that's
Yeah.
what I train for my head. I
Yeah.
feel better
Yeah.
after I train.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
we're actually
we'd be
we
similar.
discovered that now.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
like for all the years I've been training. When I started training, I was given probably 30% effort. When all the years training, Pete's looking at the laptop's grant.
Is
It's
it?
recorded back now.
Yeah.
When all the years I was training, I I only really looked at it for weight loss. But now in
Yeah.
the last few years,
The positives,
oh my
mate.
God,
Isn't
man.
it? It's a bonus if you actually lose weight training. That's the way it is now.
Yeah.
Because
it is,
everything
yeah.
else, like
Yeah,
if
I
it, the
think
training's not
mental
there,
health is
yeah,
the most important
Big
right
time.
now.
It
you know?
becomes
Yeah.
addictive. It does.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah.
become
If I miss
addictive.
a session, I'm like, I don't like beat myself up about it.
No.
But I try to make sure I get in
Yeah.
there, and I try to not give myself any excuses.
Yes.
Like people all have shit days at work, got
Yeah.
shit going on
Yeah.
in their life, and I said, no matter what, just get in for that workout.
Yeah.
Even if you're eating bad, like obviously if we want to change our body shape, we need to get the food right. Like
Yeah.
80%, 70%
Yeah.
of it is the food, and it's
Yeah.
so important.
yeah,
But I mean, if you're getting in there and you're getting a positive from one of our sessions, I'm happy. If you're leaving there thinking, I feel better about myself, my head's clear now, I
Yeah.
feel good, better than I came in.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
you're going to get fitter, you're going to get stronger, But if you want to change your body shape, you have to get the food right. That's the important part, you know.
True.
But I don't look past all the other positives now. It's like, okay, you're happy with what you're doing. I can't follow you home. I can't cook for you.
Yeah.
I got people who come into some of these classes, and I'll be driving home, and they're going into the chipper, right? Coming out with some chicken balls and fucking.
That's what I done. I done that last night.
It
was because we went up at 8:00 to that first training session. But there was something else after, like there was a bit of the Buddhist yoga, I forget the name of it, right, but it was very good. Went on till 11 o'clock, and they said, I'm not going to, I'm lepping, like, and I'm not going to, I could have actually, if I'm all honest with myself, I could have went home, got into bed hungry and just fell asleep, but we went to the gym.
Little Pete,
Little Pete was running them up. Yeah, I went in and said, give us a dinner box, and I would take the skin out chicken. No one said, we only have one bit of chicken left, right? I was like, that's scaldy, that's a chipper. Send up can't have blade and kebab. We should have got the one chicken with the chips, but we didn't.
Do you remember we used to do Slimming World, and at this weigh-in day, we go after weigh-in day, make absolute pigs ourselves.
Like the last supper.
You lost a little bit, and then you
think,
celebrated.
and then you're fresh. This is your
for
fresh week.
Yeah.
And I worked it out. I think me and you, after Weight Watchers, or whichever one it was one of the two, because we did both. We eat about 4,000 calories after the class.
Oh,
like, for
We've
fuck's sake.
always said that, the last supper. Every time we got on the tracks, like, right, I'm going to do this Monday, we'd always have a last supper. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'd meet loads of group.
Yeah.
Right now, ready.
Oh,
you
my
know?
God.
But you can't out-train a bad diet, isn't that what?
But that's what that's another benefit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's another benefit I'm getting from training is I don't want to eat shy. Because I'm in there, like this morning, Mother of Jesus Christ.
Bikes upstairs, I didn't
spinning
want to
bikes, man.
Spinning,
sneaky bastard. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, now it was 40 odd minutes, and the girl doing it, she was a savage. She had every one of us wearing bits. And I just can't think to myself, if I ever got the bastard designed
the spinning bikes,
it's supposed to move forward.
God, it was horrible, but it was savage. I left there, but during it, like, as you're giving hell, I was like, I'm fucking not eating shy. It's something in my head.
And doing that kind of effort you put in there, though.
Oh my God.
Do you think it's like a habit then that you go get food after a training session?
It's like a reward, like.
But the reward is leaving the gym or doing whatever you were doing, swimming, walking, whatever. That's your reward, really. I think it'll take us a bit of time to
See, that's mindset, though, ain't it? Is that not just switching it
I'll tell you what it is, which is even scarier. We're in autopilot. We don't even fucking know we're doing it.
Yeah.
Funny you say that. There's a guy who comes into me, and he said he'll go fill up with petrol, go pay for the petrol, and before he knows it, he's in chocolate bars on the way home in the car because he doesn't realise he actually bought some chocolate bars because they're accessible to you, ain't they? Like, and he said it's automatic, like you just pick them up, eating it, and he's like, shit, I can't remember buying those, you know. Yeah. And he's got chocolate over his face and driving home. You know?
Man.
So it's kind of been switching it on, and we believe in 80 good, 20 bad. Like, you want to enjoy your life. You want to have those couple of pints. You want to have that takeaway or that, what do you call the skinny chicken?
No.
Don't fucking mind him. You get stuck fried rice, 3 in 1. What's your Chinese order? Actually,
no, we've come down
let's
a bit.
Not do that.
Let's not do that. We only have 50 minutes for the card time.
Oh my God, man!
It's going through the whole menu, is it? Like?
Nah, we get a chow mein now. I don't get anything with sauce. You know, everybody's getting something.
Yeah, it's a bad state version. Your local Indian knows your food. He doesn't have to say a name. Knows your voice. All right, Stu. How he is the usual.
It's when Gaylord just bring you to the Christmas deal. You know you're on the boat.
Oh my God! Yeah. Fucking hell. But come here, getting back to you. So you're in doing your thing, and was a PT. You did the Beat the Bulge. Like, how did you get into the classes? What turned the classes on? Because for me, this is a new world I'm in now, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, you say we do supervised training. Like, I think supervised training's good because it pushes people. You're going to do stuff that you wouldn't do yourself. So commercial gyms are awesome. You know, we're looking to open a commercial gym up in Navan as well, which will work well with what we're doing currently. Where people want to go and do their own workouts and stuff like that. But from my knowledge, from experience in commercial gyms, a lot of people go through the motions in there, you know. They might get on the treadmill, do a bit on there. 100%. All right, I'm going to go on that cross trainer. Yeah, that's 20 minutes on that at a kind of moderate intensity. Then I'm going to do a few of these machine weights, and then I'm going to go home and eat some bad food because it's justified kind of by doing that workout. Which a lot of people know what they're doing in the gym. A lot of people don't know. So with the new commercial gym that we're opening up, we want to kind of be more hands-on, more that personal approach where I see you going in there, what are you working on, mate? Like, what are you doing today? Do you need like a little help? Here's a workout that you might want to do, you know. So kind of giving programs to people. Obviously, you get the bodybuilders in there.
I was going to
they
say,
know what they're doing.
Are you going to cater for everyone? From
I'll leave those guys alone who know what they're doing because they got their earpods in and they're happy to just work away, you know. If people, I want it more personal, you know, than say certain commercial gyms, you know. Not saying they're all not impersonal. Don't get me wrong by any means.
But there's a lot of aren't.
I want people going there getting value for your money, you know. I don't want you wasting your time. And even if you pay me, I don't want you wasting your time, you know. And that's important to me. Like, you get a good living out of being a trainer, but also you get that satisfaction that you're helping somebody.
Yeah.
You know. I'm not making you do it.
Actually, yeah.
I'm providing the tools for you that you're going to do it yourself, you know. As we said, I'm not going home with you cooking your food. You're doing it. But I'm just putting it there so you can do it, you know.
Yeah, what were you saying?
No, just as a financial thing, a business owner wants to make money, but as well as making money, what's more, or on par with making the money, is that people get the value for that money.
Absolutely, like,
that's
and that's
brilliant.
important. That's
50
important.
Well, a lot of people that own gyms don't give a fuck. They're just
looking at what's coming in.
90 quid a month, so.
But I think now, like, 50 beat the bulls. That's a testament to the way you're operating. Man, that's huge recognition alone. Like, that was a question I actually had for you. I was thinking about what to ask you. Was like, when you see the likes of me and Pete come in, like, what's your first thought? Like, and I say that because, again, there's a lot of people like me and Pete, and I say like me and Pete, large people or haven't been lazy fuckers for years. When you see them come in, do you think lost cause?
No, absolutely not.
Like, what's going through your head?
Absolutely not. No, like, I see everybody the same coming in, and that's the truth. And I see the effort level from each person giving their kind of 100%, and that's what I'm looking for, you know. So I don't care if it's the skinniest, fittest, whatever person coming in, as long as that person's trying, I'm absolutely happy, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I can see that. I've been doing it long enough that okay, I don't want to turn my back in a class and you're stopping, because you're not stopping for me. You're stopping yourself. You're like leading yourself down, not me. I don't stop because I've turned my back and I can't see you, and I actually can see you, eh? I see you, mate. But
soon as he turns it back,
like, it's like, it's for everybody, you know. And everybody's trying to improve themselves, and that's the key to it all.
And it's not, as we mentioned, it's not all physical. It's not all about the physical. It's the mental as well.
Yeah,
which
for
is
the head.
man, big time.
Yeah.
But you must have, over the years, you've worked with people like us, and you know, all shapes and sizes to get them to a goal. You must have a lot of satisfaction from that.
Yeah, I'm happy over the moon for that person, and for me, it's more like I want them to carry on or stay there. I don't want them to drop off. I've seen so many people over the years smash it out, and some go too much. Like, some people go 100%. Like, you got to keep it kind of sustainable, you know.
Yeah.
It has to be sustainable, and they go 100%, smash it out. They drop 50 pounds in 8 weeks, and then they disappear, and then they go totally the opposite way because they went too far that way, you know. You got to find that happy balance, you know. Yeah. Where, as I said, 80% good, 20% bad. I got a question for you guys while I'm talking about percentages. Yeah, so I reckon I'm about 90% good, 10%, couple of beers here and there myself. I don't want to be 100% because I want to enjoy my life, you know. I train maybe 5 to 6 times a week. I think if you're training 3 times a week consistently, you can be 80% good, I was supposed to say bad, and 20% bad, and still get results. You can still drop weight and do good. Who wants to answer that question first? Percentage-wise, say good to bad. Food, nutrition.
I'm ahead of you by probably a month, say. I'm only fucking saying that
he's
for
rubbing
you.
this since episode 1. When I was 30 stone, remember that?
Yeah. No, so I'd say, and again, I 100% put this down to the classes, is I'm operating at about 80%, I'd say 85%.
That's food-wise?
Yeah, 100. Yeah.
Because I'd say 100% effort in class you give and what you do, 100%.
Yeah.
You push yourself. You're sweating buckets everywhere, mate. You're rolling around the box the other day, weren't you? You're climbing up on the box. I don't know where you were going anyway, but... So what are you doing, mate? But, what about yourself, mate?
I ain't desperate.
Is it?
Yeah.
As you sit here now, like, what are you?
Like, 1 week I'd be bleeding deadly with the group. I'd be weighing everything and making stuff and getting it ready, you know. The next week, be eating that mad shit. Just convenient stuff.
And is it because you want that taste of that food? Or as you said,
no, just
easier to do?
Convenience on your side,
it's
isn't
not being prepared. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And that's all it is. I love that bit of training last week. Like, I could have pushed myself much more. I love lifting weights. I love swimming. I just had to get back to it. Just
getting that consistency.
I just seen epoxy mad low meal the last probably year.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of imposter syndrome since I started that epoxy course, telling me I'm no good, can't do it. You can't do it. Sit down.
Yeah, but
it's hard to get rid of it. It's
imposter syndrome.
It's horrible.
Oh man.
Like you did it, didn't you?
No, it's still there. That's why I'm still.
No, but like you're saying now, let's say you're at 60%. You were at fucking 20% 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean? So
not even at 60, so just going like that.
Yeah.
So what do we do
like
to get you?
No one can do anything. We have to. No one's ever gone.
No one can force you to do
it's
that,
like when we jumped into that ring together, it was you against me.
Yeah.
And it's a scary place because you're on your own. That's what it's like losing weight for me.
Oh, same.
Like, so no one can do nothing for you. You're on your own.
And it is even if you're doing everything right, it's a yo-yo. Like, I'm up a pound this week. And we weighed in. I'm weighing in at home, and you're weighing because it's where I started at home. But I'm up a pound. I'm like, what the fuck was I doing that I'm up a pound? Like, you know.
That's why you're fucking hate.
No, but I don't dwell on it.
You see, I would.
I kind of put that down water weight. I wasn't drinking enough water this week. You know.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, that can play with your head. You know.
Well, it would with me personally. If it doesn't do that with you,
happy days. And you don't know why you're up and stuff. There's heaps of different factors.
And this one's saying, if you don't weigh yourself, weigh your food. Definitely weigh your food.
Like, that's probably a good starting point for you to get consistent.
Weighing food. Yeah.
And even if you're shooting well over every day, you're accountable for it.
Exactly.
I think you got to find what works for you, though, isn't it? It's kind of what works for you.
Oh, 100%.
I don't knock any different kind of training methods or say Weight Watchers, Slimming World, anything like that. Because if it worked for the person, and they got them to like I know a lot of people drop weight doing that, and then they moved on to other stuff, more sustainable, maybe food. And I'm not knocking it. I'm saying it worked for them.
That's a great point, because when you get to that point where you nearly hit the peak, now you need to cover. Where's the sustainability here? Because you don't want to be going back there.
I think it's everything in moderation. It's portion control is huge. I wouldn't weigh. I wouldn't count calories. I wouldn't tell people to count calories. So I don't want them wrecking their head on the phone.
It isn't. Yeah.
And looking at all that.
You say that, but if you don't give in your diary on Tuesday, make sure
you're down the road, mate. I'll be chasing in the car.
Bollocks, yeah.
That's only to make it eat good. And I don't. I'd actually do force you sometimes to fill in the food. You're right.
We gave you a blank one the other day.
That's because I want you to do good, mate. That's it.
No. But it's a bit of crack.
It raises awareness. If you have to track your stuff. But if you're saying you don't have to track.
I want to live my life, and I don't want to be accountable to, say, a food diary. And it gets me into good habits, though.
Yes.
Eating at the right time, eating my snacks, But I want to eat in moderation. I want to get my portions right, I don't eat chocolate because I don't really want to. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I
don't have fizzy drinks or anything like that.
Yeah.
As I said, I might have the odd takeaway there. I might have a couple of beers with the lads at the weekend once in a while.
Yeah.
I pick my moments now, when I have a few beers now.
Yeah.
When we're younger, we're just smashing out all the time. But now,
see the way...
No, I pick my moments.
See the way you're giving us stick at the start about the Coke?
Yeah, I was just wondering about that.
No, but
a few people were asking me about that.
Yeah, my take on that, is, like... As I said, I'm operating at about 85% at the minute, and Coke is the one thing that's keeping me there. Okay. Because I know it's bad, aspartame and all that shit, but like I could be down drinking 20 pints at the weekend.
It could be a lot worse. I understand what you're saying.
100%.
You're actually probably better off drinking than normal Coke. Sugar is better than aspartame.
No, but
you only brought that because
I started getting into this.
Coke's
no, 100%. 100%. This is all for show.
That's for show. I does pee.
But I actually started drinking fizzy water to try and come off. Like, I'd probably drink 5 or 6 cans of Coke a day. And I've also looked into the aspartame thing. You'd want to be drinking 25 or 30 cans a day. I know you said
that to me, Stu, right? And we're not to probably believe the WHO, but they're putting aspartame down to carcinogenic now.
Sure, what isn't after all carcinogenic now?
I know.
But my point being is that diet drinks, like I could have been drinking 6, 7, 8 cans a day.
Guinness.
I'm down to 3 cans.
That's a win, man. That's a definite win.
And you don't gargle.
Because it's like what we said. No, it wouldn't be
That's
a
what I mean.
drinking whiskey would probably be.
Yeah, but you wouldn't go out and have 7 pints of Guinness. Whiskey's better than anything. Come on, we go to Mrs. House.
What you said there, I think we followed, and I won't mention, but then we followed diet plans where it's strict, count every fucking thing.
But
And
that's
that
not sustainable, mate.
it's not,
No.
and it's not
No.
because
No.
you lose interest in it as
Yeah.
well. Whereas
Yeah.
if you said, like you said, if you can do a week where you're doing an 80% week, jeez, I had a few points, I had a bleeding bit of a Chinese.
The balance is
I
good.
still
I
got my
lost half a
exercise in
pound,
over
I
the
got me-
week,
Yeah.
you know. I
That
still
makes
burn
you
some
feel
calories
Yeah.
on those
Yeah.
days, you know.
That's-
Days I'm not exercising, I kind of a bit more conscious of not eating as much carbs, you know.
Yeah.
I get a bit of carbs into me
You
before
said
my
that,
training.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm conscious of that, you know. I'm thinking, shit, I'm not having that big pasta now because I'm not training this evening or anything. But then
Yeah.
that one lunchtime, I'll be like, yeah, I have a bigger lunch than I do, say, dinner. So my bigger lunch fuels my workout, say, at 4 or 5 o'clock before I start doing classes that evening. And then after work at 9:30, I get home and I might have a form of protein and stuff like that. Like I'm not having a big dinner. Where I find over here in Ireland, not Ireland, but in different, say, even countries, they have a big lunchtime meal, which they call dinner, and then they have another fucking dinner in the evening. So they're having actually 2 dinners a day, which are pretty much the same
Yeah.
amount of carbs, calories, and everything
Yeah.
in those dinners.
Yeah.
Like one of those should be smaller than the other. Like I don't think we're made to
Oh.
have 2 dinners, are we? Like
I'd be 2 dinners a day, Job. Not anymore.
so that's
for
where
years.
you want to pick one of those and have your
Oh,
dinner. The other one
100%.
changes to
Yeah,
lunch, which
yeah.
is a bit lighter maybe.
And
So
this is
small little changes like that, you know.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing about doing this podcast. It's to delve into them little things. Well, fuck, that didn't work this week.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this. That's why I'm watching you. It's not to put you on pressure on you. I want to see, geez, that's starting to work for him. Because I'm delighted then. Because I know when it clicks into place for you, it's like all the gears are moving together and you will just, you'll take off like a rocket. I don't think you're
Yeah.
there yet, but you're getting there.
Nowhere near.
But
the
you're
point.
getting there.
We will. Just as you said, to keep going. It's not using it. Well, no, probably is, to be honest, using it as an excuse. The full show, you said, whatever time it takes.
Yeah.
But we can't keep putting it off either.
When
So
you
just-
have goals, you're supposed to have a time frame on it, though, aren't you? And that's the thing,
Yeah.
because that keeps you accountable to
Yeah.
that goal.
I never really
goals are
wrote
good.
down
Goals are
goals.
awesome.
Goals are good.
That's
I
what
never
goals are
really,
Awesome.
yeah.
Oh, you've got a goal
No,
already,
we've
haven't
a
you?
goal, yeah.
We've a goal, but I've not wrote anything down.
But I think
But should
Yeah.
why?
You
Yeah,
did-
but should why? Why haven't you?
You did more than write it down. It's on
Yeah,
video.
for fuck's
Well,
sake.
it's on video.
As you
well,
told everybody.
yeah. Well, yeah.
No secret
my
anymore.
God. Yeah.
So you put it out there, and that's
Yeah.
the thing, and I think that's good, and that's what I thought. That's going to motivate people because they're going to be interested in your journey as well.
But
And
this
that's
is
gonna help
working
them
for
on
you.
theirs.
Maybe I had to melt down here.
Yeah, so
I'd
yeah.
love to melt down here.
Yeah.
Tell your man
You're
what
in
to cap-
Dublin, are you?
Yeah, yeah.
It's that's is the reason why we started this, and it was that thing of like, if no one listens, so what? We're accountable.
Yeah, it's
So
a
people
ju-
are
it's a-
starting listening.
Yeah.
So we have to be fucking
Ah,
more
bollocks.
accountable.
This was
yeah.
meant to be a journal. Stop listening. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
question for you guys while we're kind of talking about journeys and stuff. So you obviously done stuff in the past together. You
Yeah.
said Slimming World, was it, and different things.
Slim
like,
World.
what happened
Watchers.
that kind of threw you off? Like you stuck to it. You went like hell for leather, and then what clicks that you like? Is it one stops, the other one stops, or was it like, oh, I've just getting bored of this?
I'd
What
never
was it?
started or stopped because of what you were doing or your progress,
Yeah.
but I always felt better when we're doing
Do
it together.
yeah.
But for me, like Slim World and stuff, like what I said, just get fucking boring. Like, and you're going in every week and you're weighing in, and you could be up at half a pound and you could be down 10 pound. It's just, it was so inconsistent, and you could, there's weeks you go in, and you mentioned this, there's weeks you go in, you give it 100% and you've lost half a pound. It's like, Jay, soul destroying. That's that side of the scales, absolutely hated, and
Yeah.
that's what killed it for me. But on the other side, I done keto, and I had great success
Yeah.
with keto.
Remember
I went
that?
from about 20, nearly 26 stone to 20 stone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And that was just before COVID. And do you know what knocked me off? People saying, you look great.
Yeah.
I thought,
And
Yeah.
you thought
so
that
you
was
thought
it,
that's
yeah.
enough.
I'm
I'm
done.
all right now. I'm done.
I'm done. I'm still a 40
Yeah.
waist, but I'm done.
Well,
It's grand.
Remember, my ma passed away in
Yeah.
19, and I just went fucking balubas. I went mad, and I actually, one of the lads last night, David Patrick Farrell, he said to me, he built bad habits by doing the gym 5 hours a day. And
5 hours a day?
Sure, I was doing the same. I
It's a
wasn't
long
walking.
time in the gym,
I was
mate.
up and Ben Dunn swimming a kilometre or two, then going in down 3 or 4 hours a week.
But that's too far that way.
I'd have
though.
like 2 or 3 different changes of clothes and go on one t-shirt with soap, and I'd go in and come back out. And I was doing that for 4 months, and I lost maybe 7 stone. But that was a bad...
Why did, yeah, no,
Because of pox bottling COVID. And what I was left with then was, I can't go swimming. Well, I hate the sea because I already mentioned a bit of seaweed. Oh, shag. I already said I can't go into the sea. Like, I will, but I'm saying I just don't, as opposed to swimming. And then, like, all I was doing, all I had left was cycling, really, and lifting a few weights at home. Because Warren Kelly, TRX Monkey, he gave me a few weights, like, you know.
Yeah.
And
Why did you fall off the bandwagon with the likes of the Slipmore? What on the way?
I can't remember that. So probably the blade. In fact, what you said exactly. Going in, and this is probably why I have to trauma away myself. Going in, putting the effort in, not getting the results you want, and then not putting the effort in and not getting the results you want. Yeah. And then like fuck it, just fat fall doesn't matter.
No, me bollocks.
No, but yeah, back then, back then, I was the fetus, like, you know.
Yeah, you seen his comp race pictures. We've been huge since Saturdays.
Is that kind of what you're used to, and then is that what you kind of?
So we grew up.
You're happy with that?
No, me bollocks. When we grew up, we were the chubby kids.
Yeah, we were.
It wasn't a label that I ever wanted, but I don't know, like.
So I don't know.
We played football, we boxed.
I played rugby for fun.
Up here at schools, but in New Zealand you play rugby.
And in
I went to a private school and played rugby for 5 years. Hate rugby now because first time you get in there.
We made to play rugby as well, and if you don't, there's something wrong with you. So we do, and we enjoy it. And they would give you, say, in high school, you'd have like a half a day where you go training, and like the whole school trained. That's sport, you know. So they do put a lot of emphasis into, say, sport over there.
This is where it has to start.
No, but you in here.
It's forming those habits at that age.
Football, hurling, Brennan's.
But like half a day we didn't get off to go swimming. Remember we used to go swimming?
No, and if you were bowled during class, you were like, here, stand detention, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. See
that lunchtime sport we play after school. We play.
I was too busy smoking at lunchtime.
PE was like good. PE was like we're playing sport or doing like I don't know what PE was like when you were there. We actually look forward to that, you know.
What about nutrition and skills back then?
Nutrition, not so much. I don't know what it's like now, but not so much. Like there was a time when New Zealand, and it is high on obesity, you know, as a country. It's higher than an island. If you look at the stats, yeah, absolutely. Pacific Islands in general are very high on that list. You know.
Them lads,
yeah, they are big. Yeah, they're huge, strong people.
Yeah.
But it is high, and Ireland is down a good bit from New Zealand, funny enough. You know,
is New Zealand a part of the Polynesian Triangle now? Is it?
Well, it's Oceania, so...
Because I'm thinking all the Polynesian people, they are, like the Maoris are big.
Tonga and...
Like John Alomu, he only got fed like sweet potato by his man. He was a beast.
Yeah. Oh, man, he was a legend, yeah. I'm not even into rugby, and I knew he was.
Everyone knew him, you know.
But I think you're right. You're on something. I think maybe nowadays they're a lot more focused into that in schools. But when we were in school, they didn't give a shit if you played football or rugby, or if you didn't do that, it didn't matter.
Yeah, but this way it has to be caught, and it doesn't align with what the government wants you to do. There's your poxy field triangle, doesn't work. Stick that up your bollocks. Like, you have to catch the kids now.
Yes.
You see a many... It's easier if you do. You do. It's easier.
But it does no money.
Very hard.
And many McDonald's is around Donamaid, Killock. They put McDonald's or not. You never see in a Malahide. No.
Do you think it starts at home with the parents?
Point,
Do you think it starts at home with the parents?
No, sorry, man. Sorry, Dan. I'm not telling you. I'm not blaming you.
Definitely, yeah.
You're going to blame them?
Blame me, man. Dash my head up.
Yeah. Because
Now we ate well as kids, but it was it's that traditional Irish thing.
You finish it.
You finish it. Like you didn't. I know he's a fussy eater, believe it or not. I wouldn't be.
What?
Yeah, veg. I wouldn't eat veg. Look, Jay was looking at me. I wouldn't eat veg. Like my dad was a butcher, so we were eating steak.
All right.
We were eating proper.
Oh, you wouldn't eat veg. That makes sense. Sorry, I thought you meant like.
No, potatoes and shit like that, and chips and sausages and all that kind of crap. But like working class Dublin, I don't know the same for working class town where you were in New Zealand, but working class Dublin or working class Ireland, you know, what was fucking put in front of you. There wasn't no education. You know, I was saying to my dad was a black belt in karate, and I remember when he was going into competitions, he'd cut down, but he'd only be doing is eating fruit for 2 or 3 weeks. But as soon as the competition's over, it's back to meat and 2 veg, and you know what I mean.
Bang it back on.
Just there was no education.
Well, I saw my not being Beverly Hills, but my outfit had successful business. We got the best of the best.
Yeah.
But what the thing was, my outfit would be out walking, and my ma be minding the four of us. And what do you do with
Four
four
machines.
machines, just fed and fed. And God love it, it's just what she could do and what she knew. No blame her.
But that's the Irish
That's
mammy
just
thing.
a love
Maybe it's
thing.
just a mammy thing.
It's a pacifying love
yeah,
thing,
100%.
still.
Ah,
that's-
There's no badness in that, is it? Nah.
And I'm trying to be conscious of that with Isabel, so with 2 kids. And I'm trying to be conscious. But I do find it's hard because I'm trying to, we would eat well. Again, we're probably 70-80%. But it's easy, like, especially on a Friday at the weekend, it's like, I've got to order takeaway.
It's just handier.
Yeah.
It's just handier.
Yeah.
Like it's, and I feel terrible saying that, but that's, and I'd say that's the same for a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of families out there. And it's, do you know what I was thinking as well? It's very expensive to eat well.
It is.
Eating well is expensive.
Yes.
Or at least it was, like, for many years.
Oh,
Would you agree with that? No?
Look, I agree and disagree. Like, you can still buy like simple ingredients and have healthy food.
That's true.
Like you can. Like, and like we got a recipe book, and people follow that and look over that, and it can be done. Like once you buy initially the herbs and all that stuff,
Yes, the stable.
and you got it there. So start it up,
Yeah.
but they're there for a long time then.
But as a flip side to that, if you're out walking like me all the time, right, for instance, went into Centre in Ballantyre, I was walking out there, Wesley College, go Wesley, rugby team, yeah. And I went into the centre, and there was a bowl, salad bowl ready to go, $6.50. So, right.
Just for salad.
Yeah, but the roll, chicken fillet roll, is cheaper and more filling, let's say.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's like, yes, bastards, but I end up getting the bowl. I did.
Go on,
And
see.
no, but it was absolutely lovely. And what I said to myself was, this $6.50, the bowl was probably that depth, like it was small, but it looked like there was loads, and it was fucking gorgeous, right? And I says to him, man, like, make me that bowl. I brought it up. Make me that bowl. Now, out of the deli. Not now, like, I wasn't a just mean out of the deli. Yeah, or I'll jump over there, like, I'll hook it around. No, out of the bowl you have there, make that for $6.50. You want to see the amount more I got?
Oh, very good.
Because
Yeah.
the grab and go thing is like,
right.
people are in a hurry, boom, charge them
That's
for
a
that.
good tip, ain't it?
That is a good tip.
Yeah.
Look at you.
No, yeah.
Good.
Fair play.
Sorry, bud, if you're listening.
Come here. Come here. I have a question back to you then. Is, in your experience, why do people fail? Like, what is it that
Yeah, good question.
knocks people off?
One, they go too far that way of training. Like you were saying, maybe 5 hours in the gym. It's just too much. It's not sustainable. You can't live your life around kind of that. They pick kind of diets that are too hard to kind of sustain as well. And when cut out carbs, you're going to lose weight. Cut out bread, pasta, everything. You're going to lose weight, of course. When you start eating that again, you bang it back on. So it's just not sustainable. They're not getting that happy kind of median where it's in moderation.
Yeah.
They're not kind of getting that, okay. They're not getting the 80-20.
Yeah.
So they're falling off that way. And then they start putting a bit of weight back on. Then they're thinking, oh, shit, that was so tough when I started off that last time. I don't want to be sore like that again. Then they put it off another week. And then it's just like, I got a bit bigger. Oh, I can't go back now. It's too late. Oh, I'll do it next year or something like that. I'll start it and I'm going to really give it 100% next year, And then they just create excuses in their head. This morning, I was, I had 2 teams in, Navan rugby female team in for the first time. So I had to set up for that. That's why I didn't take your kind of 9 o'clock.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I do boxing on a Saturday morning with Darren O'Neill. He was Olympic boxer, awesome boxer, unreal, another level. You think you can throw some punches and then you go with these guys on the pads, smack in your head if you don't move your head or put your guard up, And that makes you learn. But my point was I got up this morning and thought, I'm a bit tired. That was a long, long week, kind of. Even I think these things as I'm trying to, in my head, is making an excuse up. I was thinking, I'm tired. Oh, he's going to smack me around.
That's me. I was like, the years here. That's sorry.
And then I was like, nah, I'm in. I'm going to do it. I'll get that in before I take that kind of. I was looking for excuses, even myself,
That's mad.
And that's everybody has that, thinking, And then I got in there and I was like, that was awesome. And he said, shit, that was the best one you've done in a long time. Like, he said, wow, you're coming on good. Yeah. And that I'm glad I did it, That's the main thing. When I got out there, shit, I'm so happy I did that,
Is it fucked up that I got comfort? You say that you struggled as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody does.
Yeah. But I think that's, people don't realise that.
When I look at you, no, but when I look at you
and I look at people like the trainers in the gym and all that, they must spring out the bed with their jocks and all that. I'm ready to rock, and it's like, But we
Yeah,
actually,
we have moments where it's just like, yeah, absolutely, like, and it's just, you get it done. You don't look for excuses, you know. You don't allow that little thing in your head say, oh, no, mate, just sleep it in today. No, it's like, get up, get it done, you will feel better.
You will feel better, 100%. I have a serious question, right? You laugh, but it's a fucking serious question. See all the lads and trainers, I'll give them a shout out, Dan, Eros, and Ryan.
Yep.
They've been most people, and yourself, I was trainers.
Kind of training.
Do you know when you were training them lads, is there a little manual you give them? Oh, don't tell anybody this, right? This is how you torture people.
Like a blueprint?
Like a blueprint. This is how you torture. I'm in the training. This is how we're torturing these people.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fucking torture camp you're running.
Yeah, like I'm not a sadist or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
I do like not seeing people in pain either,
No,
but
man.
I like seeing people push themselves.
It's
I kind of do
real.
not get a sick satisfaction from that, but I do get satisfaction.
You do.
From
And the
dudes
lads
killing themselves, they're sweating.
and
their
the
hands
lads all
bits.
do
It's
as
like,
well.
good for you, mate.
Yeah.
It's like good for you.
Yeah.
No,
You're
it
pushing
is.
yourself. You're working hard, and I get a buzz off that. You know.
Yeah, just like I try not to look at the clock when I'm doing the class, and someone might say, "Oh, we've halfway left." You get to a point where you feel an achievement, even though you know you've half an hour left to go of pure torture.
Yeah.
It must be torture.
Yeah.
But like you
Doesn't it
said,
go fast, mate.
skip
Seeing
out
them
there,
fun.
skip out there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
fucking, I don't skip.
Will you have a
because my knees are
Christmas still,
fucked,
will
but-
you? Do you have a Christmas
Yeah,
still?
no, we do actually. Yeah, we have a Christmas party. We
Oh, really?
You let your hair down and stuff, eh? Like,
That'd be good, Craig.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to that.
Yeah, you'll have to get
Nice.
your arse down.
Oh,
and do-
yeah.
Get him
do
You
it.
can't drop. Well, when Darrell opens the commercial gym,
Yeah,
is
we're,
that?
we're hoping for
I could
October
drop in,
and
and but if I commit to something for, I mightn't be
Well,
able to get down.
He's after
because
hooking us up with goodie bags, so you
No,
have to come
that
down
was-
now.
that was
Close for
gonna-
you guys.
Yeah,
Hit each
yeah,
other.
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
good.
boast each other out
Yeah.
the back after this.
Savage, yeah.
But yeah, it was meant to say thanks for that. That's
No,
a
you're
brilliant.
welcome.
That was a
Savage, man.
lovely
Yeah,
gesture.
fair
Yeah,
fucking
thanks
play,
very
James.
much.
Four
Shoes sweating
guests.
everywhere, eh? We need a towel for them, so like,
Yeah,
clean it up this time, mate. Not
Oh
me.
my
Yeah.
god.
I'm going around cleaning
Yeah,
up
it's
after, mate. You
some,
can
it's
do it yourself
some,
now.
it's some fucking torture I can't be running, I tell you. But I have to say, all jokes
It's
aside,
a
it's the
happy
best.
torture, mate.
It's
a
the
happy
best.
torture.
I'm raging I didn't do it. If I could go back to 20-year-old Stu,
yeah.
I'd say do
Yeah.
this now. Don't fucking wait. If you're listening out there and your kids are 17, 18,
Go to
sitting
a
around,
local gym.
get them up
Exactly.
to
Go to
do
class.
do something.
Do something.
Yeah.
Get
And
active.
as you said, find what you like
Yeah.
I
and
think
just
that's
do it.
important,
That's what
eh?
we're here to stop
Mm.
the up and coming people.
Yeah.
The young and young. Now we don't know, they're not going to listen to this, but maybe that man does will go, do you know what? There's two big huge lads down the pot. They know the crack. They know
But
the
their mum
sus.
and dad have to do it as well, to a certain extent too, you know,
Yeah,
within reason.
'cause
They-
you
I
always
think
look
leading
up.
by example
Yeah,
is so
definitely.
important.
Years ago, my
Definitely.
mum and dad were, they did, I wouldn't say they were marathon runners, but they used to do these series. Remember North in around Port Medical?
Yeah,
Like 10Ks every Sunday. And they used to do them religiously.
yeah.
And for a while, we got into them. And we used to be doing nothing. That's the thing. Like, I've always been heavy, but I've always been active. Play football, hurling, boxing,
Yeah.
the whole lot. But then it's just like, once you give up, the demons set in, or not even the demons, you just, the bad habits set in, and it's just gone.
Yeah,
And you
it's
start
gone.
drinking. But when I look at even the young lads out today, and the younger lads, say 20-odd-year-olds,
Yeah.
like, Jesus, what I do to get back there,
Mm.
like how I do things
But you
different.
wouldn't listen still, because they don't listen.
No,
Nah.
no, 100%.
Nah,
Yeah,
and I always say
100%.
that, it's like, why didn't I do that when I was younger? Like, why didn't I
Yeah.
put more effort into
You
that?
have
But
to
that's
make
life,
them
ain't it?
like their own mistakes. And then it's nearly too late. It's never too
It's
late.
never too
but
late. No, it's
I'm
never
saying you get to a point, it's going to be hard on you.
There's
Yeah.
older generation coming in 60, 65, 70, and that are training.
That's
you know.
fucking amazing.
And that's some of them for the first time ever. They're just
That's
retired, want
amazing.
to pass a bit of time, a bit bored, bit of the social element of it as
Yeah.
well, you know.
Yeah, it's great.
Not
yeah.
torturing
yeah.
them, mate.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
They
No,
could die.
But but I do see fellas coming out of the gym, coming out of classes a lot older than me,
Yeah, absolutely.
and the odd person coming out could be bigger than me, and
Yeah.
like you said, they're coming out after giving them 100. There's no
Yeah.
better feeling.
Yeah.
I'm fucking raging and lock onto this feeling years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the
Big
thing. You
time.
could get that from a commercial gym. You could get that from team sport. You could get that
Yeah.
from doing some boxes. So much you could be
Yeah.
doing. Go out for ride that bike, ride that horse, whatever you want. Eh?
Yeah.
Big time. This time last year, I literally like getting out of bed, me knees, me joints, and I putting on me socks. I'd have one of them fucking contraptions you have, and I actually thought to myself, "This is what 40 must be like. This is it now."
Yeah.
But that's harshly. That's in your head, and if you give in to that, well then
If you're
you've
actively
lost.
training and stuff, nah, that is in your head, mate.
It is.
Like
It
those
is.
aches and pains, you're going to get a little bit. You're going to be a bit slower than what you
Yeah.
could have been. put on less muscle than what you could have when you're younger, but it's an excuse. You will feel better for exercise and your body will kind of last longer. So many people coming off medication who come, say, to the gym, you know.
Yeah.
It could be antidepressants, it could be
100%.
blood pressure, it could be any of that. And it's amazing, you know. So not only kind of feeling better about yourself, but actually being healthier, living longer for your kids as well, you know. That's a big thing, you know.
Come here, I'm conscious of time now. We could sit here all day and
Yeah,
chat.
it sounds good.
Crack out a few beers now.
But
come here.
Zero, this is all.
Sounds good.
We go to
Miss
Miss
Yeah, do you know Mrs. O's?
I don't go there all the time.
No, but you know it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
good
my
Guinness, mate.
Yeah, one
Go
of the
for
best.
sneak one after we. Come here, just to wrap up, any kind of advice or things for me and Pete that we could look out for or do,
Books,
just to
even
keep
books.
keep this momentum going.
You could read so many books, you could listen to so many podcasts, but it's you that's going to switch it on. You know, nothing else can do it, only yourself, and you want to do it yourself, you know. So I think setting goals is important, you know. I think it is, because even I've got goals, you know. I set this goal ages ago that I wanted to do a backflip, you know.
Yeah.
And me and Eros started in the gym, started talking about it, and it keeps coming up on my phone now, like little tutorials on. You know how your phone listens to you?
Yeah.
I'm haunted by it now.
Have you
These
started
videos,
doing it?
Nah, mate, but I'm gonna have to, because these videos will keep coming up until I buy it. Eh?
Right.
But I mean, it's the things like that. Like I want to set goals for myself. I want to achieve different things. I don't want to just plateau. I think it's important getting variety as well. If you're going into the same session doing the same thing over and over, this is boring. It's boring. It would be boring for me to take that session. It would be boring for you doing that session. So you need a kind of variety. So you did spinning today.
Oh yeah.
The other day you might go for a swim. You know, just mixing it. You might do a class. You might do your own session. You know, that's so important. You know, getting that variety will make it last longer for you. You know, I might give that a go. Oh shit, there's a kickboxing class going on. Shit, I might try that out. I might like it. I might not like it. But trying things out and getting that variety, getting that balance is
that's
important.
actually been great for me going to the classes, like not knowing what we're doing. Do we get a text maybe an hour before?
I didn't tell you about spinning today, because I thought people might not turn up.
Yeah, it's
Or
hard.
told me car and gone home. Everyone was saying, it's like, we're going upstairs.
Some people love it. Some people hate it, you know. I'm not a huge fan, I'll be honest, of taking a spinning class. I don't take them because
there's not a workout
I'm
like
like,
it.
and you're sweating a bucket load, and so you get a good instructor. You can do some crazy stuff on that bike.
What was that the girl's name?
Amy.
Oh, she
Yeah,
was.
no, it's cool stuff.
I swear
like,
to God, man, that
people
was
with good imagination,
You want to
creativity.
be
You can do
super
awesome
fit
stuff.
to run
On
them
Tuesday I went.
classes over now.
Tuesday I went. You took the class, and we were walking out, and it was TRX and dumbbell.
It's simple stuff, mate.
It was. I said that was the hardest class I've done yet.
Was it?
Then Thursday
See you
came.
next Tuesday.
Then
mate.
Thursday came. Thursday class. Dan took it. Same thing. Walked out. That was the fucking hardest class. And then today, knee crawl now.
See, but
I'm
that's a
sick.
matter of you're pushing yourself more and more, though. You know. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe, yeah.
Every week you're going, and you might be doing a little bit more than what you did last week. You know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
might be thinking, shit, I'm not getting fitter, but you actually are, because you're actually pushing yourself
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Maybe lifting a bit heavier, making it tougher on yourself. You know.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about fitness. It's never ending. Like you're always learning.
savage.
You can always increase the weight. You can always say run that further distance. You always can set that goal for yourself. And talking about that, was that putting on your socks? That
That you yeah.
And there was a guy who had a goal was just to tie his laces, you know. And it was like some people thinking, oh, yeah, is that a goal? And it actually was a good goal. And at the end of this block, he was like tying his laces, thinking, yeah, that's awesome to me.
Because it's what it
That
means.
was an
But
achievement.
from what to
That
get.
made his life so much easier just being
Yeah,
able to do that, you know. So
remember I sent the video, no I didn't send this onto the page, just you and Jay, me trying to get me runners on, I was going mad. Remember?
Yeah.
I told her to get rid of the full length mirror and all, get rid of that mirror, remember? I couldn't put that up the page. That's for future, like that's for when I lose the weight.
Exactly.
So for you, setting goals, I think that's important.
Yeah.
And finding it's something you enjoy doing and getting that variety as well. And if you really want to do it right, you got to get the food. Not 100%, 80%.
I think I'm gonna set the goal as the backflip, or half
You're
a
with me,
backflip,
mate, you're with
and
me.
just lie on the ground.
Sweet.
Half a backflip.
Did you say realistic goals? Fuck off. Would you a backflip?
I don't even
Half
know.
a
You
backflip.
can barely do a tumble. Would you stop?
I'm not that cracking a joke there. Half a backflip, I'll lie on the ground.
All right, great.
I'll open
Come
you
here.
up like a tin of beans, I will, when we get these gloves on.
Oh my God. You'll have to come back and visit us again now down the
mate. I wanna
road.
see you fight with the gloves,
Big
eh?
time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
big
will.
time.
Put a bit of wager on this, mate.
Yeah.
Make some money for charity.
Yeah,
you know.
we're going to look at doing the Camino next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm gonna do Camino, but I think definitely there's something in this to do a charity fucking
Definitely.
bait
Yeah,
it off each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we know enough people that would come together
Absolutely.
for it. It'd be
Put in
deadly.
some money to watch that and bet on. It'll be your turn this time to win.
Yeah.
Mate? Yeah.
But that man.
Oh, look at he's me trainer. So.
Yeah.
Although you'd have Connor.
I'd have
Olympic
Connor,
boxer.
Warden, Raz.
Fuck off! We do some of them as well.
I'll get down and Neil and a few
There you
others,
go.
mate. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Come here, it was an absolute pleasure. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
And like I said, I
Darrell,
could see it all
Thank you
day.
for having me,
But
But
guys.
come here, Daryl, 1-to-1 fitness. Give yourself a plug there. I think we can't speak highly enough, and I feel biased because it's been life changing for me, and I'm raging I didn't fucking do it
thanks,
years ago.
mate. Yeah, in Navan, Mullaboy Industrial Estate, Glowfox app is where you can look at
Which
classes,
is so handy.
download classes, and pay as you go for them. We do boot camps, different blocks, weightlifting ones, running blocks, over 55s blocks, beat the bulge,
The Warriors.
strength and conditioning blocks, and it's just variety. As I said, is the key, you know. That you
And
can
then
kinda
you have a
cater for
commercial
different
gym.
people.
When is that due to open?
Commercial gym is going to be in Mullaboy as well. It's opening up in October.
Lovely.
Like we're doing work on it now. So
Deadly.
it's going to have a recovery side of it too, where you got the
Savage.
ice baths, the saunas, the
brilliant.
hot tubs,
Oh,
stuff like
savage.
that. So I think that coupled together will work well.
And will that'll probably have its own Instagram page separate, will it? So when you open it,
100%,
people
I'll
can
be
go
launching
check
that,
out
you
there.
know,
Deadly,
and, I'm looking forward to it. As I said, it's going to have the two working off each other, you know, so it will work well.
Yeah.
Because that's different.
Yeah.
Classes are different to what you do in the gym, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But together, it's variety, which
Yeah.
works well,
Yeah.
you know. But in saying that, like, if you're near a gym, if you're in Dublin and stuff, get down there, do a class.
Yeah.
So there's so many classes. There's so
We've been
many
invited
trainers
to loads of
everywhere,
gyms,
right?
so we should
Yeah.
should make it a kind of a once a month we visit a
Well,
gym.
when Darrell's gym opens, I can sort of go
Yeah.
there, because I'll know what days I'm off, and if you're about, we can come down, we can do a
Yeah,
session.
yeah,
And
definitely.
like
yeah.
people in Dublin, there's gyms everywhere. Go
Yeah,
find somewhere, do a class. Kind of don't be
Yeah.
afraid, you know. Get started, and that's a good starting point, you know, to kind of get on the right track, you know. And as
Yeah.
we said,
Yeah.
so many positives that go with it.
Yeah, 100%. For anybody
Yeah.
local in the local area, Meath or Navan, if they want to look into classes, what's the best way?
I
of
guess website maybe, is it like Instagram?
Instagram,
Once upon a time it was
yeah, yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, and I'll post your
Website,
details as
yeah.
well on the page. So
Yeah.
Not gonna
for
give out my
anybody who
number,
does,
mate.
no, fuck that. No, but for anybody listening that says, "Jeez, I might look into the class," I'll post a
Yeah.
link on Instagram and
Yeah, I
that they can
appreciate
get
that,
in
mate.
touch.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you know, appreciate it. Jeez,
No,
thanks,
it's been
thank
awesome,
you.
mate.
Yeah,
Been
look
so
forward to
we'll
it.
get you back
Thanks.
again,
Yeah,
and we'll
absolutely.
half the
100%.
size.
Definitely, yeah.
Maybe. All right, cheers, man.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers,
Cheers,
bud.
buds.
Cheers,
Steady.
bud.
All right, bud.
All right, bud.
So, Daryl just left us, first guest.
Yeah.
Sound fella.
So, thanks for all the stuff,
man.
all the goodies.
Gave us a load of goodies and kind of gave us some direction, which is always good because
Yeah.
we're winging some of this. You know, we're putting this together ourselves, but I definitely think any source of help that we get for us achieving our goal is welcome.
Yeah, therefore.
You know, how do you feel?
Fairly tired from last night.
Oh yeah, tell us about last night
yeah,
actually.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
was deadly. I'm not messing. I can't make it. I'm sick. I can't make it because the Royals and the men Royals together thing is in September in Donegal. They would have fell in their birthdays as well.
Yeah, that was the point.
Fuck
yeah,
you,
to
any money messing. I love you.
go. We're gonna try to edit that out. Oh my god.
So now we have to go away. We had it booked. So
Not to worry, but give us
we
a
go
low,
we
give
go
us a
again.
lowdown on
It was
along
just
last
brilliant.
night.
It
Like,
was
what was it?
just. It was something you'd never have done in a training session. Never.
But it was a training.
It was
or
training, and Ross, fair play to him, just let us come up, use all his equipment on the house. Like, it was brilliant, and he put us through the paces, and then it was David Patrick's turn to take over there, and he brought us through. It's like a lot of the yoga we believe, and he's trying to tell us the story. There's a lot more to it. Is from India and stuff like that, but this one's from it's a Buddhist thing, I think.
we get to that. We get to that.
We get that. But he said it's in written form the last 8,000. No, oral form the last 8,000 years. So no one wrote it down up until the last 100 years.
Right.
So it's probably oldest yoga because there's yin yoga and stuff like that. There's
I
loads
don't know
of
much about yoga.
yeah, he had way, but it was brilliant. So I'm trying to sit the way they do, so it was left foot over right, left hand. I could do the hands, but I can't sit on the ground and put my feet because my knees and my ankles.
It's a side
And
shot,
my
hip
back,
shot.
yeah, and my back was...
Yeah.
So it was so relaxing, but it was just a bit pain. I know, again, lose the weight, even that's going to be more enjoyable.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting there.
But what was it? So you go in,
So
you
we
do a
just
lot of
talked
training,
you
normal
yeah,
training.
normal training. I was sweating. And then I was like into this mad relaxed mode. And he just burned some stuff, and it was the stuff that was getting smoked, you know, and it was deadly as well, relaxing, like sort of incense or something, homemade shit, I don't know what it was. But then he was sitting and he talked us through a few things and a few breathing exercises, like basic stuff, like for us, you could do this in the car, which says the way he does it in the sea, you know, we can do it. And then he brought us through. It was fairly uncomfortable because the next step when we got up was, after the breathing techniques, the next step was, there was maybe 6 of us, so we had to pair up with someone, but we had to walk around and always maintain eye contact with each other, and then boom, that's your partner. So, but it was very uncomfortable because you had to look at your partner. Someone nominated A and B, and you had to actively listen to them without trying to butt in. Very hard, right? Because you want to give people their voice. But this was a part of the exercise, right? I didn't actually know that till he told us at the end. So, but you always had to look at the fella in the left eye. So it was very uncomfortable. You're looking at someone in the left eye, and for a long time. Like, and there was lads laughing and all, like, and I try not to laugh and try and take it serious, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's very hard to look at a bloke like in the
Have you ever
eyes
done
like
anything like that before?
Never.
Like, obviously, I've been following the lads now a couple of weeks, and yeah, it's just something completely different. And I'm raging now. We can't make September, but I think I'll definitely sign up for the next one for sure.
Yeah, nothing stopped me for the next one. You know,
whatever the date it is, we commit to it.
Dotsy was down there last night.
Was he?
Dave O'Shea, and he came in. He wasn't even asked for. He doesn't even remember. And he came in, and his talking. He was there with his lovely Mrs. Tanya, and just talking for a few minutes. So Dave was there, came down, said hello, and he was just saying, you should come, and saying, we really want it, but it might be the next time, you know.
And he's been doing them as well?
I think he done one. He tries to tie in with the lads because he walks away, you know, a lot. What
is the name of it again, just for anybody looking?
Men Rise Together. And you can get in contact with David, Patrick Farrell, or Paddy Douglas. He does be doing the, you know, the full moon things. He'll be out there at the Bowron.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So they're well known, like, you know.
Yeah.
But
we'll share it on the page.
There is limited places, and like, I'd be the first one to go to the next one. I'll be.
It's not something I've ever done or looked into doing, but just when the journey we're in, I just feel I'll throw my hand to that now at this stage. You know, I think new things as well is always welcome. You know.
Yeah, and this is the work they do, Stu. It'd make you so. You'd be well outside of any sort of comfort zone, and you'd be so vulnerable, like, you know. If
there was a kind of a genre, or what's that what you call it, or a type person that would be into this, who would it be?
Someone that's very low and mild.
Right.
And someone that's looking to find their identity again, as well, you know.
Right.
So someone that's actually happy, but they're just trying to find out who they are. It's a journey. It definitely is.
Yeah,
you know, and it's something you could go away and come back to it.
I think I don't think we're probably doing it enough justice here, and I'd love maybe to get one or the two of the lads on, or we go down to them.
It'd be special to
Jay,
get that.
Maybe that's what we should look at doing.
If Jay does a documentary type of style
thing, yeah. Let's look into that because it's definitely an area I want to look into more.
Yeah.
In terms of the week, I know we're kind of doing things a bit backwards. Our first guest, which was delighted, Daryl, was great chat. Could actually sat there chatting to him all day.
All day, yeah.
All day.
Sound man,
yeah, he's sound fella. He's a great ethos about training, I think.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to see, like, I'm not over exaggerating. The people that are coming in and out of the gyms, like, it's so busy because so many people are getting something from it. You know, it's savage. But this week, sorry, just to sidetrack. This week, you know your countdown timer clocked up.
Yeah.
You were training. You were doing
I
all
went
the right
training
stuff.
for the first
Fair play to you.
time in a long time. And I wasn't going to go. I put the video up on the channel because I had this. I have gout, and I'm glad we did the course. I'm
Smelly
glad to
cheese?
do it. Yeah, no, not smelly cheese, not foot cheese, but just normal cheddar.
And little Pete, was he winning this week?
Little P. But yeah, I'm trying to get him on my side though, it's hard, but I'm trying to get him to
It's going to
win
be
them
benefits
now.
for him, I'm sure, as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't realise because he's only bleeding about 8. You know what I mean? And he'll always be that age. That's like the thing about it.
Oh my God. Sure, look, we'll say a prayer for you.
It was a mouse in a week and anyway for me, but as well,
Yeah.
I got a
Why
new
is that?
job and like my old job is brilliant.
Yeah.
The job I'm still in, I
You
love
did,
it. Like,
yeah.
but it was so. It was a mouse, and like, it wasn't. I didn't. It was a heavy-hearted
And
decision.
Especially when you're walking away from a job that you actually love.
I love it.
That's a very hard
I
decision.
love it, and I just didn't realise my value there until
You're going.
I'm going.
It's always the way.
And
isn't it?
it was me that didn't, because I was focused on other things. And
Do you know the way you were feeling this week? And certainly there was bouts of that myself. I felt this week. Our go-to would be the comfort food,
yeah,
and I think that's something that we consciously have to look at doing something different, which would be the training. Consciously doing something different, like train, swimming. I definitely want to do. I know we got tagged in a TRT on the Friday morning dip, and I really want to do. I'm definitely gonna do some Friday morning, collecting you at 5:30.
John
We're
would
going
be
down.
delighted to
We're
have us
going
there,
down
you know, to
definitely.
see us.
Definitely want to do that, but
Yeah.
I think that's all. That's another kind of approach to this. What we're doing is to change things that we would have done for years and doing it different this time around. You know,
hugely different. Like, we were still somewhat in the comfort zone all the time. Like, you won't be when you're out in Palmernick at 6 in the morning and you're freezing cold.
no.
You'll never. That's something we've never done.
Well, I think out of our comfort zone, just even doing the podcast, I think it's. You know, even Daryl mentioned it there. It's like, you know, it's one thing to journal something or document or say it out loud, but we're bringing, like, now it's up to a nice few hundred people along for the journey, which is savage. And again, I would take, I want to miss an opportunity to say thanks to everyone listening.
Yeah.
And to continue to like, share, and subscribe. I keep forgetting to mention that.
Just to help other people, maybe to plug into us.
Yeah.
If they might find something to helpful along the way, whether it's me or you saying something or one of the guests.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think guest-wise, there was a bit of commotion trying to get set up. Obviously, we've done a bit of work to
You don't actually. Sorry,
studio.
I just want to cut across you there because I had it on the whiteboard. I am grateful to what. No, I am. I love you. I'm grateful to what everything you've done still, because I'm not here and you've done everything.
No, we do
I'm
it together.
grateful.
Look, we do it together.
That's
If
my
I-
testosterone's very low at the minute, so I'll start crying or something now, you know what I mean?
Nah, look, we want to do it right, and we'll keep doing it, and we'll keep giving it 100% as long as it's serving its purpose. And right now, it's very much so serving its purpose.
Yeah.
So bit different structure this week. We'll probably come look up about it, back front. But
Yeah.
So this week, it was great to have Darrel on. Next week, probably back to normal. We'll, and then we will start now that we know what we're doing with guests. We'll get guests on. Come here. Shout outs. There's a load of shout outs to do. I don't know. Just spring to mind. I have it written down here in front of me on a board because I'll forget. The fourth shout out I want to do this week is Walk for Ollie. I shared during the week. Paddy and crew are starting that walk tomorrow, 200 kilometres for the most muscular.
We can't say it.
Yeah,
this safari, is it?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Walk for
dyslexic.
Ollie. Exactly. Walk for Ollie. Amazing cause. Please, if you see it, like, share it. If you can, support the donate page. Do. Also, my godson Glenn O'Hara's birthday.
During the week.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
And I said to him, I says, I had to send him a few bob. Have to send him a few bob every birthday and Christmas. And it was a lie because I'm bleeding shy, fella. And he goes, just give me a mention on the podcast. So I says 100%. So Glenn, happy birthday, buddy. Fair play to you.
Happy birthday, Glenn.
And then next, a shout out just for regular listeners who are big supporters, and they're telling the world about us as well. Obviously, my auntie Marie, she, my uncle there was saying they were over the other night, we were chatting to him, and she goes like she's literally strung out. She's waiting for the podcast, and she can't wait for it to come on. So Marie, thanks million, love you, and Matt, love you. Thanks for all the support. I'm looking at my two biggest supporters here. They're hiding in the corner. It's my beautiful daughter Isabel and my son Jackson. Thanks. Say hello. Hey. They snuck in and they wanted to look at us down the last field with our Uncle P. So that's my shout.
Well, now you want to give, because you should do that one there now, the big lad.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. So obviously we had Daryl on from 1-to-1 Fitness, and I'm going to share a couple of pages, but he's running an amazing competition. I don't have the start date yet, but if you keep an eye on the 1-to-1 Fitness page, and it's basically 6 months free personal training. And he, as I said, the details will be posted soon on the Instagram page. I think the way they're going to do it is you kind of write into why you should get these 6 months, and it gets open to everybody. So if, whether you're a new mother and want to get back into fitness, or you're an older man, whatever it is, if you think you have a reason as to why you need this, he wants to hear from you, and they're going to give the 6 months training. And genuinely, I'm like a broken record. I can't speak at that facility and the crew lads highly enough. So I think if you, as I said, keep an eye out for the.
I'm sure, like, he wouldn't mind me saying that. We didn't say this, but if there's a family member that sees someone struggling, they might want the empty competition for them if they have no interest in. I'm sure. Look, I think it'll boil down to the story. It's the human side. It's not who deserves it. It's probably what would you say?
Who could benefit most from it. Like there's people out there that want to do it, maybe don't have the money or the means or the just whatever reason. So look, I won't blabber on a bit much more. As I said, we'll share it once it's shared on the social media. We will share it, and it's 1-to-1 Fitness on Instagram. And then who else have we got to shout out? John. John, you know who you are. I'll give you a shout out because I promised I would. How are you?
I want to say, in case I forget next week, it's the Chief's birthday. You'll kill me if I don't say happy birthday. Happy birthday, Chief. I'll be seeing you soon. And
we promised him we'd have Iron Brew beside us. And
we did,
And there was something else I promised. We will have to do something. So if you see us not drinking Coke next week and Iron Brew, you'll know why. It's for the Big Chief.
Big Chief, Lane Parks, yup.
We don't need to say anything else. If there is anyone we're forgetting, apologise. We'll get you next week. Oh, my cousin Josh, because he gave us some gear during the week last week, and I forgot. Josh, thanks a million. And
what
Mitzi.
A lovely person we got.
Thanks a million.
And just want to go Ross again. Ross O'Grady. And David Patrick.
And if you're not following these pages, do, because you get a lot from them. These are not like professional trainers in any way. They have jobs outside of what they're doing, and they dedicate so much time for helping people and going through their own thing. So it's amazing. But I think that's us for the week. Episode 5. Well,
5.
Savage, I think we did alright. Anyways, as always, please like and share the page.
Hit the button.
If you have any questions or anything you want us to bring up, or like, as you know, this is about mine and your journey. So if there's something that you'd like to see us kind of looking into more or discussing more, just do, because it's actually hard enough to think about things to keep the conversation flowing at a nice pace. We got a shout out on another podcast. We'll give it.
Danny Money. Thanks so much. Man. Sorry. Big last, but certainly not least.
No, we'll share that as well. It's the podcast world is weird because there's so many great podcasts out there. Like my favourites, probably all-time favourite would be the Irish Hunting Podcast, because I'm an avid hunter. That probably will piss people off. Sorry, I am. And if anybody listening is into hunting in any way, shape or form, get onto the Irish Hunting Podcast. Nothing to do with training, but they do so much around the hunting and conservation stuff. But just on the podcast, there's savage podcasts out there.
There's so many good ones.
You just come on a lot of them by accident. You know, which is great. So Danny, really appreciate the shout out. I'm sure we'll get something to get done together where we'll get you up, or we meet and we'll do something. But anyways, this week, any major plans?
Trying this week, trying. I'll have to do I'll have to, Monday now I'll have to go somewhere, join, proper gym, because I don't know when Ross is running that. Well, I can't wait, we mightn't do it. I don't know if he does one every 2 weeks, but no, we'll have to do something in the interim of that.
Yeah, even if you get into a gym, your own, just loosen up and get, you know what I mean, just get that going. That's swimming. You love swimming.
Love it.
Swimming,
Love it,
I'm just, every week I have a new injury. This week my shoulders are sore, or my neck is sore. It's like, just part and parcel. I just think I have to accept that that's part and parcel of hitting 40 and doing much. No, not hitting 40. Jesus, I'm going on 41. But being 41 and doing more training than I've probably ever done, the body definitely doesn't.
That's why I text Ross this morning at 6:30. Ross, that was deadly. But I feel like I'm after getting a bang of a Lewis Cross and Abbey Street. I was in bits, I was. I was just trying to say special thanks to Annie, because she puts up a loud show. Imagine like having to be around me.
Thanks, and the fact that I didn't even have to bring her up.
Yeah, and now thanks, because it took me away at the ball for a while when I was studying and stuff. So
you owe that woman a lot now. You'll have to bring her out and do something nice for her.
I owe her a lot, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get her and Carol on someday just for the chat. Just for the chats.
Yeah, we just leave them sitting here, me and you go to Miss House for scoops.
Anyways, have a good week.
We'll
be chatting to you. Keep us posted on the page as well.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I like you, but I love seeing your stories as much as...
I love putting the videos up now.
But this is part of it, But anyway, listen, again, shout out to everyone that we called out. Please like and share the page. And any feedback for us, good, bad and different, let us know. But other than that, see you later, bud.
Thanks a million. See you, bud.